impressive season overall. I bet you're feeling really good coming into this race day.
Yeah, right now, I mean, everything's amplified. I mean, we're fighting for a world championship. It's the last race. I'm a huge fan of 1320, so it's kind of cool to have you guys here. But yeah, it's, you know, we won the world championship in 2016, so it possibly could be my second world championship, and the chance that we have going into Sunday race day is, you dream of this as a kid.
And number 2 right behind you is teammate Matt Hagan across the pits from you. Are there any other drivers that could surpass you for the season?
Yeah, Cruz Patrigon is still mathematically with a chance. He's back 80-something points. NHRA implemented points and a half, so it took that up a notch and really made it so this NHRA World Finals here at Pomona gave way more chance of other teams to have a shot at the championship coming in here. So it's more stress, it's more anxiety for us, drivers and teams, but the fans, man, I mean, you couldn't ask for something more.
I read that you have finished top 10 the last 16 years. Obviously that's important, but it takes a big team to be able to do that too. I see a lot of the small guys trying to chase you guys, and it's not easy.
And I don't follow it. What's cool is my publicist or media people will tell you what you've won and how much you've done, and you forget, right? There's times people go, you know, you have 60-something wins. I never in a million years thought I'd have one trophy from NHRA, let alone 60-something. So it's cool to hear it, you know, but you just, if you stop to enjoy it, I feel like you lose something in here. Like you don't feel like you're keeping that edge.
You're just going after what's in front of you. I like that. So let's talk about where you came from in your racing career. How did you start getting into drag racing?
I grew up in San Luis Obispo, California, a little town. You know, my dad raced when I was a kid, drag race. We'd go to Bakersfield, Fremont, down to Orange County. I had a 68 Chevelle as my first real car growing up in high school. So, you know, we'd take that out running around. So I was always into cars and just fast cars, and Blaine and Alan Johnson were friends of ours, so we'd tag along and help them. Blaine got killed. Of course, Alan Johnson has done what he's done in NHRA, so I kind of grew up around those kind of people as a crew member, but always wanted to drive, and someone finally gave me a shot at driving, and it was just boom, boom, boom. Next thing I know, Don Perdone was calling me and saying, hey kid, man, I've been watching you, you carry yourself, you drive well, I want to give you a shot at driving my funny car. And I was like, wow. For me, I mean, I was playing with his Hot Wheels, you know what I mean, as a kid, and next thing you know, he's on the phone calling me. So just surreal moments throughout my career that are still mind-blowing.
So tell me a few of the high-level specs on the funny cars: horsepower, engine size, blower.
Whenever I do this, people freak out, especially street car people.
Oh, yeah.
You got to imagine, so it's 500 cubic inch limit block, right? We can't run a bigger engine, so most of ours is about 496 inches, just in case you don't want to get busted for going over. 12,000 horsepower. So each cylinder, and I joke with Chase Elliott and my teammates in IndyCar that one of my cylinders, just one pipe, is 1,100, 1,200 horsepower, one cylinder. So almost 12,000 horsepower. Nitro, which is crazy, $40 a gallon. It's a bomb waiting to happen if it's not taken care of properly as a fuel. So it pays to have a really good crew chief. 125-inch wheelbase. Dragsters are 300 inches. They're way longer, and you sort of steer the dragster very eloquently. You don't have to steer it much. You don't want it getting tippy-top and kind of, you know, overdriving it, which is easy to do. The funny car is like riding a bull. You literally have to be on it and steering like this. We might look on TV like we're going straight, but you're in the car and you're doing this all the way down. So they're just the most, and I've driven outlaws, sprint cars, I've driven dirt cars, I've driven fast street cars. There is nothing on the planet more evil, more unearthing than a nitro funny car. It is the most unbelievable ride. 3.8 seconds at 339 miles an hour is what we went than you'll ever imagine driving.
Wow. Is there a scariest moment in your career that stands out?
The scariest moment for sure was Indianapolis winning the sand trap. And the worst part about a funny car when you start driving is the only way we can get out is the roof hatch. Right? This is it. It's how we get out to do the interviews. It's how we get out of the car. My car went into the sand trap, went upside down, and I was trapped in there. And when it went in, the front end went into the net, and it went into the net so far in and got stuck that they couldn't get it undone, and I was trapped in the car. So I'm on the radio to my crew who's on the starting line, and people didn't know if I was hurt or not, so they cut off the TV screen screen, so my wife's freaking out, my crew's freaking out, but I'm talking to them in the car, and it's upside down. I can hear fuel dropping on the motor. I mean, I only have about 2 minutes left of oxygen in the helmet, and I'm starting to freak out a little bit. Not a little bit, a lot. And I've been on fire in this thing. I've wrecked in it. I've had a lot of pretty gnarly stuff that's happened, but that was by far the scariest, being trapped in there and no way out, because you can't get out the side windows.
Yeah, you got some
can't get out
thick
any
plexiglass. That is really thick plexiglass.
It is. If you're not claustrophobic, that will make you the most claustrophobic ever.
How do you describe to someone what it's like to drive this?
It's funny you asked that, because you'd think you'd have a standard answer ready all these years. That's the most asked question. I post a lot on my social media. If you go back and look, I wear these glasses at a high def sometimes in the helmet, so that you're looking out right between my eyes. So you're actually in the visor, and you can hear the RPM drop and everything when I shut my visor, and that's the most realistic for somebody to ride along. You know, they have other in-car cameras that you see on TV, and they're not the same.
Yep.
You know, they're mounted on the roll bar. This one is in my helmet. And I try to tell people it is like the worst commuter flight in the worst weather coming in someplace that you've flown. And I mean, you think you're going to die in that plane, and it's coming in, and you're like, oh my God, just get us on the ground. And somehow that guy lands it, and you get out and you want to kiss the ground. And that is exactly what most of the runs are in a funny car. Like a dragster, you can kind of step on, you know it's going to do its thing, and you can kind of steer it down there.
Sure.
This might go, you might hit the gas, it might blow up. It might go left, it might go right. You don't know what a funny car is going to do. So you could ask John Force, who's made 10 times the runs that I have and anybody else out here, and he'll tell you the
10 times the wrecks and fires, too.
You just, yeah, exactly. So a ride in one of these is there's nothing like it.
And you have the engine in front of you versus the top fuel dragsters behind them.
It is the coolest thing. I mean, again, having the engine in front of you, you're stepping on the gas, a night run with the flames up, they're actually producing some light for you, believe it or not. And then as the car starts hauling ass, the flames just go away and lean back behind and just disappear, and the car just takes off. So it's crazy.
That's awesome. So what's your strategy for this weekend? You're obviously number one right now. What's your plan to lock that in?
We just have to keep gaining points. Like right now in qualifying, we got to keep our foot on their throats and not let up. And it sounds easy and it sounds cliche, but you know, Don Perdome, I talked to him and he's on his way. I get all these legends in the sport of drag racing that calling me, giving me advice, and just keep doing. You know, it sounds easy to take that advice, but you still got to go do it. So I'm trying to keep focused. We're at a home track. I got a lot of family, getting a lot of tickets for people. So trying to keep the stress level down and try to do the same thing that's got us here.
Well, thank you, Ron. I appreciate your time.
Yeah.
We're hoping to see you qualify number one and take home that win this weekend.
Appreciate it.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Excited about that. We got 393, 325, 398, 319.
I keep saying these ETs a mile per hour is like they're normal, and they definitely are not. 393 at 325 miles an hour. That's just crazy. It's craziness. I have no idea how these guys do this every weekend and get used to it. It's crazy.
Shutting both down early. That's going to do it for funny car qualifying and qualifying overall for round 3 here. Eliminations go down tomorrow. That's the big day. So number 2 qualifier for the weekend. How are you feeling going into race day today?
Well, it's a big day. I mean, possibly one of the biggest of my life. You know, chance to win a world championship. We did all the right things. You and I talked. We needed to qualify. There's no provisionals in drag racing. It's not like IndyCar, NASCAR. There's no guarantees. So we qualified. We got that goal done Friday night, and then we needed to get the points above 60 to gain a whole other round. which is a nice cushion to have because you just don't know what's going to happen. As everybody knows, you cannot figure out what's going to happen in a drag race. You can write it down and who races who, but you never know, right? So just same thing. We're going to go up there now and just try to do what we've done all year long and just win rounds. And I might be talking to you at 4 o'clock today as a world champion. Maybe not, you don't know, but we're going to do our best.
We'll be cheering for you.
Thanks, man.
Hope to see you go rounds and see you in the finals. And
appreciate it.
Hopefully take home that big trophy.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. Good luck, Ron.
Thanks, man.
Ron Capps coming up first round. I'm excited to be down here to see his face when he wins first round.
He said, wow, tell me about being in this championship.
Ron coming out ahead. So Ron Capps down here on national TV, and they're watching his reactions as the last two pairs go down the track to see what it's going to take to win the championship. Here comes the next pair, Matt Hagan and Tony Gerardo. Matt Hagan taking it home. Yeah.
Exactly what I thought they'd do.
Next round.
So because Matt won,
Pushes it another
Ron
round.
has to win next round. Gotcha. Ron congratulating Matt on first round win. There we go. Congrats on a first round win, Ron.
Thanks, man.
See you next round.
In a bit.
Ron Capps, Matt Hagan, Don Schumacher's team both advancing on. We're gonna go sneak a peek in here and see what they're doing right now. Over here in Ron Capps' pits, and the crew is putting their car back together. I've been out on the racetrack filming and came back, and I think they're about 35-40 minutes from when they pulled in here, and they're putting the car back together, getting it ready to warm up here for second round. Got a GoPro up on the wall here so you guys can see the time lapse exactly what they went through to get this thing torn down and put back to run for second round. There we go. Oh! Really?
How he won his last one.
He has to win the race in order to win.
Yep. That's right.
Wow. The upset in second round.
So much tension on this.
Yeah, no kidding. So a very exciting situation here in Funny Car. Ron could have won the championship on that last race. Unfortunately for him, Matt Hagan beat him, but he is in the lead for points for the championship still. If Matt Hagan wins the overall race this weekend, he'll take the championship. Otherwise, it will be Ron. So second round not going quite how you wanted to, obviously, but you're still in the lead for the championship, correct?
Yeah, you know, it's a weird position to, now I gotta go to the starting line and have cameras watch me while I either get disappointed or we're crowned champion. So Hagan has to win the race. If he goes out and loses either the semifinals or the final round, then we're world champions. So, you know, it's kind of how NHRA Funny Car's gone this year. It's been topsy-turvy, crazy, so why change it now, right?
Come down to the finals here in Pomona. It keeps the excitement going. I love that.
Yeah, you know, you don't want to rely on somebody else to do your dirty work, and so you never want to run that car earlier in the day, and I'm sure they didn't want to run us earlier in the day.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we sort of had destiny in our own hands, and it was running good, and put a cylinder out about 2.9 seconds, and at that point I was just hanging on, trying to keep it off the wall, and he came around me.
And side by side with Matt, you got to be 100% the entire track.
And we knew they were going to run that good. I mean, you can't go up and say, oh, I hope this car, they do this, they do that. That's a championship caliber team, as like ours is. So you have to expect they're going to do that. And you got to go up there, you know, the old saying of, you don't go into a gunfight with a knife, and that's exactly it. You got to go up there to beat a team like that. And unfortunately, it's just a little bit short.
All right, we'll see how the rest of the day goes.
Yeah, man.
Thanks, Ron.
Thanks.
My wife doesn't let too many race things in our front family room, but that big old World Championship trophy from 2016 has been sitting there, and every time we watch TV it just sits there, and it's screaming at me, I need a friend, I need a brother. So yeah, just so proud to be part of NHRA and where the sport's going, but our fans are the best fans in the world, the most loyal fans in the world. Pomona watching Gary Ormsby and Amato in that final round that one year, not knowing Ormsby had cancer, and you could feel the tension, but that's why this is sacred ground here. This is Wally Parks built this place for that very reason. We start the year here for a reason, we end the year here for a reason. Thank you NHRA for starting at 10 a.m. and ending this in a nice time and not dark, and thank you fans for coming out. You guys are you're the best.
Champion, hold that big bottle up for a big trophy, big photo.
Congratulations. The suspense lasted a little bit less than you thought. Clinching it in the semifinals, and thank God, I'm sure.
Yeah, and like I told you, I hated standing up there. You know, you don't want to rely on somebody else doing your dirty work, but and it's weird because Matt's my teammate, and you know, that team that we've raced together a lot, and the battle down like we did is amazing. So I can't even believe it. It still hasn't sunk in. I mean, all this family I talked to you about, still I can't even believe it. You know, like anybody watching, any of the people that are your viewers understand. I mean, it's something you do as a hobby, right? It's cars, you go out and you have fun, and the dream of doing it professionally, and to get to do it, and then to win a world championship at the highest level is crazy. It's just, I'm still that guy that was running around in my 68 Chevelle in the streets of San Luis Obispo, you know, when I was a kid, so craziness.
And an enthusiast to the bones, too. That's great.
Yeah, man.
When was the last time you won a championship?
2016.
Congrats again, Ron. Enjoy celebrating with your family, friends, and the whole crew.
Thanks.
You guys deserve it. One hell of a year.
It's been awesome.
Nice work. Ron, Caps, and the whole family, friends, and crew setting up for a party tonight, and they have so many reasons to celebrate. Congrats to Ron and the entire team for the championship this year in 2021. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe for more 1320 videos, and we'll catch you next time. That was scary as oh my God.